All right. It is Sunday, and I am here, which means it's the Fabtastic Five, and you guys are getting 5 players to throw some fab on this Sunday. First name here, Brett Beatty, 52% rostered in Yahoo, 16% in ESPN. Being called up for the Mets, he's got big power. Just hope that the average is there for him. But he should have staying power in this Mets lineup. Eduardo Escobar has really struggled. He should be taking that spot there at third base. 11 games last year in 2022. Sorry, my apologies. 4 runs, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, and a 184 average. 19% strikeout rate, 4.8% walk rate. So the strikeout rate looks good. Walk rate, pretty average there. The average, not so great. So hoping that ticks up. Last year, though, he also had an 89th percentile max exit velocity, so the raw power is there. Hopefully he can tap into it a little bit more, have some game power. This year he is batting .235 with 2 RBIs and 1 run. This is just over this past week. He got called up very recently, so the average has ticked up. Hopefully it continues to do so there for Brett Beatty of the New York Mets. He is a third base eligible. Next guy on the list, Taj Bradley, Tampa Bay Rays starting pitcher. 69% rostered on Yahoo, 29% on ESPN, so he just makes the cutoff here. But in 2 games this season, that's good for 10.1 innings. He has a 2.61 ERA, a .97 whip, and a 5% walk rate with a 42.5% strikeout rate, which is phenomenal. He's looked really good. And in the minors these past 2 seasons, he's also looked very, very good within the Rays farm system. I hope that the Rays continue to let him pitch. They are a little bit finicky, I believe, is the word I will use there with their young pitchers especially. But with Springs out, with Tommy John, Taj Bradley looks to take his spot. Hopefully, again, Taj Bradley with the Rays there. Just hope that they let him pitch. Third guy here is Josh Young. You guys know who I'm talking about. His last name is a little bit harder to pronounce. 55% rostered in Yahoo, 20% on ESPN. Honestly, kind of surprised that his roster percentage is this low for a guy who was a top prospect in their organization, who he did struggle last year, but 55% rostered on Yahoo maybe is a little bit low for me, especially with how he's played this season. Through 19 games this year, he has 13 runs, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs, while batting .286. The only thing here to worry about is that 30.1% strikeout rate. I hope to see that go down, maybe make a little bit more contact, put the ball in play. Good things can happen. He does have a 7.2% walk rate, though, so that is pretty good, especially for a young player. He is a little bit older than most rookies. I believe he is 25. But like I said, if he's getting the ball in play a little bit more, striking out less frequently, good things could happen. So that is Josh Young, 55% roster on Yahoo, 20% on ESPN. He plays for the Texas Rangers, and he is third base eligible as well. Next 2 guys here are a little bit more fringe guys, but I wanted to throw them in there because I definitely think that they're worth a look. First guy I'll talk about is Rafael Montero, 20% rostered on Yahoo, 7% on ESPN. The Houston Astros bullpen situation has been really odd. Presley gets his first save of the season this past yesterday, when you guys are watching this, Saturday. That ties him with Montero and Neris, I believe, for the save lead on the team. So it's just been really weird. Montero's looked good through 9 innings pitched this year. He has a 3 ERA, 167 whip, 11 K per 9. The whip is a little high. You'd like to see the ERA tick down over the course of a season, but it's really early on. Like I said, this bullpen situation is weird, but I do think that Montero is worth a look. And even if Presley does end up retaining that closer role for the Astros, I think that Montero could be valuable in the saves plus holds leagues if you guys play in that. So that is Rafael Montero of the Houston Astros. He is a relief pitcher. Last guy that I'm going to throw at you here, Logan Allen, Cleveland Guardians starting pitcher, 8% rostered on Yahoo, 1% on ESPN. Apologize, sorry. getting called up by the Guardians to pitch today as you guys are watching this. It may only be a short stint or a spot start even, but he has looked good throughout his minor league career. 258 and a third innings, a 3.48 ERA, 340 strikeouts, 82 walks. That is good for an 11.8 K per nine through his minor league career and a 2.9 walk per nine. So he's looked really solid this year in AAA, 126 ERA and a 105 whip. So he's started off the year really hot as well. Probably not the Cleveland Guardians pitcher we're all hoping would get called up in Tanner Bibby. But Logan Allen has looked really, really solid. I think he's worth a pickup, even if it's just for, a start next week or, wherever he ends up pitching. If you have daily FAAB runs, he may already be gone because of, he's pitching today as you guys are watching this. But that is Logan Allen, Cleveland Guardians starting pitcher there. Worth a look, in my opinion, just somebody to keep an eye on. If you play in a shower league, maybe not as worth it for you guys, but in the deeper leagues, where starting pitching is sometimes harder to find, Logan Allen there is my final guy.